Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood. In the last episode, we kind of went over a battle strategy for our eventual assault on Doma Castle to depose the acting Viceroy Yotsuyu and essentially kick the Imperials out of Doma and liberate the country from Imperial rule. So, after going over that, we ran some errands in Kugane to get the Magitech field generator plans that Alphino needed to disable the shield generators that are basically blocking access on the river so that the Confederacy can move their ships in to help bombard the castle from the water. And we started doing some other odd jobs to help the resistance forces prepare for the coming assault on the castle. So that's what we worked on last time. As you can see, I am here, and we are not in Doma. We are in Falcon's Nest in the Kurthis. Because I have been able to get my Dark Knight to level 67, and therefore I now have 2 Dark Knight job quests to take care of. So that is what we're going to be working on today. And since Dark Knight is now all the way up to 67, which is the same level as the actual main story quests that we're doing, I've gone ahead and decided that I'm going to be switching over to Dark Knight as the primary job from here on out. We're going to go ahead and do the swap over because I've kind of thought about it and decided that I really wanted to get back to running a main tank job with this character, because, you know, switching back between, you know, the samurai for some stuff and then doing warrior when we get to dungeons, it was feeling, wasn't exactly happy with it, but we're going to go ahead, we're going to switch to Dark Knight, and then that should be good to go, and then we'll ride Dark Knight all the way into Shadowbringers. And so, for now, we're going to basically take Samurai and Warrior, and kind of put them on the shelf for a little bit. Once I get Dark Knight to 70, then I'll kind of go back off screen, work on the Samurai Warrior, push them to 70, we'll run through their job quests just to finish off those storylines, and then they'll probably go back on the shelf for Shadowbringers while we use our Dark Knight for that. That's my current plan, anyway. So, let's go ahead and get to work. And the job quest should be right down there. So go ahead and we'll grab that and figure out what it is we need to do. Alright, Sid. Sidurgu is handling his new duties with characteristic aplomb. Alright. Alright, oh, thank the gods, an adult. Riel has been spending a lot of time with Mist, keeping him company and getting to know him and so forth. Not that there's much to know. He won't talk about his home or his past. Doesn't seem to have any interest or skills beyond conjuring elaborate illusions derived from memories. I have no idea how he does it either, and more importantly, I'm not even sure how he could take back the aether he stole. We may have no choice but to agree to his terms, unless you're content to carry half a soul crystal. I can hear you whispering, you know. Mist means well, and Ayame and I are willing to help him. Why aren't you? I didn't say I wasn't willing. I'm still here, aren't I? Right then. We've found no one suitable for the boy's needs here. Rather than return to Ishgard, I say we try somewhere else. Let's head to Tailfeather. Alright. So, Tailfeather. Easy enough. I do like this armor set at 67. It's probably one of my favorites in Stormblood. I think I mentioned that before because it's the same armor set that my warrior is currently using. And that sword is really awesome as well. It's one of the reasons why I want to play Dark Knight, because the great swords are awesome. Even if a bit unrealistic, but whatever, who cares. Alright. Riel. Alright, life here is not easy, but it is fulfilling all the same. That said, the hunters had no personal tales of profound tragedy to share. They did, however, tell me of an outsider recently brought here from Falcon's Nest. A prisoner, actually, a woman named Laudy. She's to atone for her crimes through hard labor, but the proctor has been zealous. He berates her constantly, and every day she bears fresh bruises. Ishgardian justice, I know it well. If this woman is performing various chores for the hunters, then it should not be hard to find her. Come, let us look around. Alright. Here's our destination over here. Chocobo. Alright, this is the place, isn't it? Insolent child, you are not to speak unless spoken to. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Pray forgive me my impudence. Did I play me for a fool? Your sins are beyond forgiveness. Sir Emmerich and his noble brother may think you worthy of mercy, but I have seen your kind before. A swift death is more than you deserve. A swift death is more than that bastard deserves. I can't imagine what she did to deserve that kind of treatment. You know her, Ayame? Do I? Oh, yes. Seven Hells. She's the one that led the protest at Falcon's Nest? The one that nearly put an end to the peace conference, and she poisoned you? Indeed she did. Though she did take an arrow to the gut, so, that couldn't have felt good. Well, that explains a lot, though if you of all people can find in your heart to forgive her, or at least forsake bloody revenge, then it's hard to look at this and call it justice. It's entirely understandable where she was coming from. Her crimes are born of desperation and despair for the husband she lost. Perhaps if the two of them were to meet again... Don't be foolish. She knows he's dead. You'll only cause her pain. Pain is all that is left to her, don't you see? How they cry in the dark, how they mourn their dead, how it festers and spreads and corrupts them thoroughly. We have seen it. We have made it. Fine, fine, do what you will. Conjure her husband. But do not come crying to me when she curses you for your kindness. I'll not give the hunters cause to turn their bows on us either. Riel, take Mist into the woods and hide. Ayame and I will free the girl. Rather, I will free the girl. She would know you at once and might misunderstand your intentions. We cannot risk the commotion. As for your part, no one is truly outside Halone's grace, don't you think? Confront the proctor, make him see the errors of his ways. If he is a good man, then he may yet repent of his wicked ways. If he refuses, then that is his choice to make, and you will have to accept the consequences of his actions. Doubly so if he bears steel, yes? Indeed. Bah, the very sight of you fills me with murderous rage. See to your duties. I must needs cleanse myself of these impure thoughts through communion with nature. Perhaps a spot of fishing is in order. Alright, now's our chance. Yeah, she doesn't deserve what she's getting. So, we're gonna go. Have a chat, I think. Hello. Who are you? Why do you disturb me? A concerned adventurer who objects to my treatment of a criminal? Ha! If only you knew her sins. She would have been thrown into the witch drop. Now I know her sins very well. Alas, the Lord Speaker in his boundless wisdom and mercy demanded that we spare the woman's life, but rest assured I will see that her every waking moment is filled with misery and scorn. You presume to judge me, a man of the church? I will not be cowed by your threats. The Fury guide and protect me, the Fury guide and protect me. Alright, he's bearing steel. Bad idea, buddy. Alright, that's done. Alright, that's fine. Missed. And, oh, looks like, he's already summoned. Or conjured up the husband. Look, we have brought them together. We have made her whole. How she smiles, how her eyes sparkle, how beautiful this happiness. Every night I dream of your face. I could have tried to stop you from going back to the front. Could have begged and dreamed and cursed, but I didn't, because I knew you'd listen. And even if you'd forgive me for it one day, I never would. The arrow may have missed my heart, but I've been dead for a long time. All of this is just waiting. That's what I'd tell you, Stace, if I could. And then you'd say... You can't stay stuck in that moment, Loudy. You've got to go on. You've got to forgive yourself. You've got to let me go. But I won't. I won't. If I do, who'll be left to remember the man you were? The soldier, the husband. I'm the only one who knows, and it's my duty to hold on to that as long as I can. That's what I'd tell him if he were here, but he's not. He'll never come home to me, so please put an end to this. Whatever this witchcraft is. Ayami Yatsurugi, was this all your doing? No, it was mine. Forgive me. I thought that I wanted only to... I was wrong. I see that now. You have every right to be upset. It's alright, boy, it is. I appreciate your kindness, even if it was misguided. You too, Ayame. I blamed you for a lot of things, hated you so much, because, I don't know, because you came back and Stace didn't. Maybe, because you weren't him. They say the war's over now, but it never ends for people like you, does it? There's always something worth fighting for, sure. I know what you are. I heard the stories as a child. Of the ones with neither shield nor sigil, champions of the weak and the helpless, undeterred by the law of man or God. I couldn't stop you any more than I could have stopped Stace from walking out the door that day. So, fight, damn you. Fight, if that's what you want. Just don't squander the time in between. There's never enough. Right, I suppose I owe it to him to try to make the most of what I got left, too. So I will. Take care, and thank you. She's gone. Reclaim your ether, Ayame. Alright. It's actually kind of nice to put a little bit of a conclusion of that little bit of the story. In the depths of the abyss, a flame lingers. Oh yeah, I gotta use Soul Eater. That's this. As the ether flows into your soul crystal once more, from the depths of the fading abyss, you hear a whisper. Okay. Forgive me, forgive me. In the end, I could not make her whole. So much pain, so much loss. How it fills my heart and overflows. Maybe it is indeed beyond us. Maybe it is not in our nature. You still got 3 more chances, don't you? There's no need to be so bloody melodramatic. At least not out here. We should go back to Tailfeather. Right, your words did more for her than my illusion. She is still a good person, and so are you. I pray you both remember. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that what this kid is doing is a great idea. So, we'll see how it plays out. Let's go ahead and, talk to Sid here. Right, on to the next, I would say, but Mist looks to be in no state to continue. Which means we'll be staying here for a time, taking in the fresh country air, with me and my little ones. Ugh. For what it's worth, I think that woman is better for what we did, or at least as good as anyone can be after what she's been through. Alright. That is where you're supposed to kind of end and come back a few levels later. But we're already there, so let's go ahead and... Oh, there goes the Chocobo. So we'll go ahead and start up this next one. The Orphans and the Broken Blade. Sadurgo is about to make a suggestion he will immediately regret. Okay. Ayame, I imagine you'd like to get back to it, and so would I. Unfortunately, Mist remains inconsolable. His failure with Laudy, such as it was, weighs on his mind. He's afraid of repeating the same mistake with others. And so, for lack of a better idea, I'm thinking it's time to pay another visit to those furry little shites in the churning mists. Oh, the Moogles. Moogles. What? But why? I can't imagine Mist helping a Moogle. My master used to take me to places like Mogholm when the city became too much. The fresh air, the quiet, the isolation. And yes, I've not forgotten how the Moogle helped Riel and me when we were moody and brooding. Though I would argue that we reconciled in spite of their intervention, not because of it. Whatever you say, Cid. Whatever you say. Don't worry, I haven't given up yet. How could I? You wouldn't. Alright, Mog home it is. Off to see the Moogles again. Okay. Cid. Right then, water under the bridge. No need for palms to be torn from heads and shoved down throats. Yet. Our Mist is taking the sights, I believe. Why don't you join him? Alright, so let's go find Mist. Who is most likely up top? Maybe? No, there. Just wasn't quite close enough. There we go. Mist. Alright, the wind in your hair, the sun on your face. Here you can immerse yourself in the beauty and the calm and forget the horrors. Almost. How far we have come, you and I. The others, they hesitate, but you understand the obligation, the duty, the need for atonement. For what do you need to atone? We have lost so much. So many friends and loved ones. So many moments. We thought we could keep and preserve them, but we are left with anguish in the end. Time strips us of even this bitter remainder, if we left it. But I cannot. This pain, this sadness, it is mine to bear, mine alone. This I understand now. Their grief will be mine, and in return I will give them peace. But who and when and where, that is the question. Even we have our limits. Who did I lose? Everyone. No one. We have always been apart, have we not? Perhaps one day you will understand, and then you will share my loathing and contempt. Oh, forgive me. I've been away from the others too long. Cid will be worried. We must return to them at once. Okay. That was weird. Not sure who this kid is, or what this kid is. Alright. Cid. Alright, there you are. I trust Mist has had ample time to reflect upon his mistake. I have. I am ready to resume my search for those I might help with my power. Difficult though it may be, I do not intend to give up. Glad to hear it. In that case, there's no need to remain here any longer. I say we leave this accursed place and never return. Don't be silly, Cid. I say we show Mist more of the training mists. We did come all this way, you know. Come on, there's a place I'd like to show you. Now, wait just a goddamn moment. You can't go running off on your own like that. You'll get eaten by a three-headed gooboo. Riel? Riel? Bugger me with a bleeding... Come on, they have not gone far. Watch out for the belligerent Dravanians and mischievous Moogles. A three-headed gooboo, that'd be something to see. Alright, how far out are we going? Okay, not too far. Sid? Don't give me that look. If the little bastards didn't want their heads caved in, they shouldn't have tried to sneak up on me. Besides, they're still alive. You ought to give me credit for holding back. Anyway, I lost sight of the children. I'm not sure which way they went. I'll head north and circle back towards Eorzea. You head straightways there. Alright. It should be right about here. Oh, there's going to be an instance battle. Alright. Riel. Let's see what this is. You should have seen the look on Sid's face when the Mughals started singing and dancing. He was utterly speechless. Why were the Mughals singing and dancing again? It was stupid, really, but I guess you could say that Sid had become obsessed with trying to live up to his master's example, and for all the wrong reasons. He lost his family when he was younger than me. Sir Opangni took care of him and Frey, but then they died too, so it's just the two of us now. He was angry and short-sighted, but now, well, he's still both those things, but not as much as before, so that's progress, I suppose. Sid's master was very dear to him, wasn't he? Oh, thank the gods. You shouldn't have run off like that. Do you wish to see him again? Your master? Huh? Where is this coming from? What has Riel been telling you? I mean, there's much I wish I could have asked him before he passed, but... Wait, no, don't you dare, you little shite. Too late. Oh, Sid. Charming as ever, I see. Master. And this must be Frey's successor. A worthy one, I have no doubt. My name is Opang? I have no idea how to pronounce that. And it is an honor and pleasure to meet you, Ayame. You did well to come so far on your own before meeting Sid, and together you have both grown so much, in mind and body and soul, as dark knights and as true heroes. There was a time when I was hailed as a hero too, for deeds meritorious in the defense of Ishgard and in the name of the Fury. A brave and true temple knight I was, slayer of countless Dravanians, a commander beloved of and respected by his men. They would follow me into the seventh hell. And indeed that is where I led them, time and time again. They would fall, and I would earn the accolades, and then they would give me more green boys with dreams of glory. Green boys with red blood spilled on white snow, again and again and again. And then one day I couldn't remember the first one's face. I had forgotten the face of the first boy who gave his life for me. That was the day I left the Temple Knights. I know that tale by heart, but not the tale of what came after. By a goodly man with titles and wealth, a man who could have lived out his days in quiet comfort, why that man chose instead to walk the path, and to once more accept 2 children into his care. Ah, you asked me that very question long ago, and I told you that one day you would understand, when you are older and wiser and stronger. Shall I put you the proof, Sid, and see if today is that day? You always were fond of your tests. Now, don't be cross. You've only yourself to blame. Those are your memories, remember? But of course you do. Or these are your memories, remember? The point is, deep down, you wanted this. And while there's no substitute for the genuine article, you could do a lot worse. So do me this honor, all of you. One last dance with the dead. Show me the man you become, Sidurgu of the Obsidian Heart. Very well. Alright, how do we want to do this? Alright, just unload on them as much as possible. Try not to get hit by the AoEs. Alright, what's he doing? Dark sprites. Alright, that's gonna be my job. Ooh. Don't want to get hit by that. Whatever it is. We're doing alright. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get my dark side up. Oh! I did not see that. Okay, well. Don't know why it kicked me out. Alright, skip the cutscene, because we've already seen it. Okay. Bringing out the sprites. So let's deal with them. Avoid the AoE. Health is fine. Right. MP could use some work. Alright, so... Yep, there he goes. There we are. Restore my MP a little bit. Alright, stack. There we go. I can do that too, you know. Doesn't hit quite as hard. Alright, now what is he doing? I got it, we're fine. We're fine. Alright, well, he knocked out Sid, but it's now just me and him. Alright, fine. There we go. Well done, Ayame. Well done indeed. Frey would be proud to know that you carry on his legacy, and mine. And Sid, my boy, my beloved boy, you nearly had me. Oh, spare me your sympathy, you bloody shade. I lost, and that's the end of it. You kept reality Ayame out of harm's way, Sid. You did well. Learn to shut up and take the compliment. You asked me once why I chose to walk the path. Well, I chose to look after you and Frey, even though, deep down, you already know. But since I lost, I owe you the answer from my lips. I was angry. Angry with the Temple Knights, angry with myself, angry with this twisted world where good men die for nothing. I was seeking justice for my boys and forgiveness for my sins. I saved lives and punished the wicked, and for a time, that was enough. But nothing lasts forever, does it? And a man ought to have a legacy. I failed my boys as Temple Knights, as a Temple Knight, but you two were my second chance. I would teach you everything I knew, everything I learned from my mistakes, so you wouldn't have to make them. And I would send you out into the world to do great things, and maybe it would all balance out. Well, that's all I had to say about that. You know what comes next, don't you? Though I suppose I ought to give you a word of advice before I disappear in a puff of smoke. I am your predecessor's master, after all. People like us will never know peace. Every moment brings us closer to death, those of our enemies, our loved ones, and yes, our very own. The fear of death is what keeps most men alive. That dread, that desperation to escape the inevitable, if only for a little longer. But we are not like most men. We have seen what awaits us beyond the abyss. We have tasted that despair, bathed in that oblivion. We have wept rivers for our dead and cursed the gods for their cruelty. That is our sword and our strength, and that is why you may one day stand above us all. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Take care, Sid. Be nicer to the girl, and try to be less of a chocobo's arse. Oh, for the love of... Alright, let's go ahead and absorb it. Alright, as the ether flows into your soul crystal once more from the depths of the fading abyss, you hear a whisper. Okay. Sid? Good, good. Glad to see it all worked out in the end. As for you, Mist, I distinctly recall telling you not to do that. Forgive me. Had I known it would come to violence, I... Don't you dare start pouting. I'm annoyed, and sore all over, but it's nothing that won't heal with time. All I ask is you promise not to do it again without warning and consent. Memories can be powerful and painful in more ways than one. That said, he was right. I've only myself to blame. If I thought I could defeat him, I would have. But I didn't think I had a chance, and so I didn't. Ugh. His injuries are worse than I thought. We should hurry back to Mogholm. But for a moment, I was certain he would fly into a fury. Could it be that he is grateful for the experience after all? Then it was not in vain. Tired and broken though he may be, he is nevertheless better for the pain. And in time, we too may be. There is still hope. Redemption is not beyond us. He keeps referring to himself in the plural. That's a little odd. Alright, so back to Mogholm and finish this up. And then back to Doma. Well, we probably won't be working on that today. We'll just be finishing this up and then we'll call it a day here. And then we'll continue on with the main story next episode. Alright. I'm afraid Riel is right. I'm going to need some time to recover. I'm not fit to travel in my condition. Which means... Oh, gods help me. I'm going to have to stay with these furry little shites even longer. 2 more times, was it? 2 more times when we finish with this boys' crusade. Not soon enough. Y'all may be a dear and punch the Moogle for me, would you? I think not. Alright. So, we're going to go ahead, teleport back over here. And then we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Alright, so, as I said, and here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.